Oh, I guess that's all of us, huh? Because
It
we're
is.
too short. At least we have a quorum.
We're lopsided.
Yeah, we are. I know.
You stay over there.
Yeah, I heard you. Heard you got the cooties. You stay over there.
I don't know if it's the cooties, but it's
Odd man out.
might not like the rest.
Are you ready?
Do we have public comment?
I don't have any.
Do you have? Oh, okay. Got it.
This is Tony.
He's coming right back.
Okay, I'll wait.
Or you can probably listen.
All right. Well, I don't want to be rude, but you ready? Yeah. All right. Good afternoon. So I'm calling to order the City Council meeting for Monday, July 14th, 2025 for the City of Brookings. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And roll call.
Counselor Malmberg.
Here.
Counselor Prada.
Here?
Counselor Martin. Counselor Fulton. Mayor Hodges.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Moving on to item D, oral requests and communication from the audience, of which I have none. So moving right on past that to the consent calendar. That is to approve council minutes for June 23rd, 2025, accept planning commission minutes for May 6th, 2025, and then liquor license for grocery outlet.
I move to accept the consent calendar.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Counselor Prada.
Yes.
Counselor Malmberg.
Yes.
Mayor Hodges.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on to item F, staff reports, public hearings, ordinances, resolutions, and final orders. This is the memorandum of understanding with the Brookings Harbor Garden Club.
Thank you, Mayor Hodges, members of the council. This is a renewal of a memorandum of understanding with the Garden Club. They've been working in the formal gardens at Azalea Park since 2021, but more than that, we've had an MOU with the Garden Club, gosh, since the year before I started working here, so 2011. They maintained the courtyard and some period of that time, frontage road, some period of that time. And they took on the formal gardens in addition to the botanical garden. They took on the formal gardens when the Azalea Park Foundation, when we ended our agreement with the Azalea Park Foundation. So they've been involved with the city in this capacity and under this kind of agreement in the past. So we're just want to renew it with them. If you have any questions.
I was really glad to see that the courtyard area was going to be included because I think it needs a little TLC.
Yeah, I was reminded again this weekend of two things. I had a friend in town, and he really wanted to play Frisbee golf. And first off, I was reminded how beautiful Azalea Park is and what a good job you guys do. And I was also reminded of how terrible a Frisbee golf player I was. Anyway, I do really appreciate the work that you guys do. And Azalea Park really is a gem, and especially the garden area that you guys have down below there.
I agree 100%. If there's no other discussion, I will motion to authorize the city manager to execute a memorandum of understanding with the Brookings Harbor Garden Club with respect to city property landscape maintenance.
I'll second.
And call the question.
Counselor Prada.
Yes.
Counselor Malmberg.
Yes.
Mayor Hodges.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, informational.
If I may, we have members of the Garden Club here. Do you mind if they come up and just introduce themselves?
Please.
Thank you.
Yes, they
Yeah,
can.
please.
Thank you. That's marvelous. I'm Sharon Johnson. I'm the president of the Garden Club right now. We transition every couple of years. And I just wanted to thank you for renewing this, because not only does it help you guys, hopefully, but it really does us also. And so we appreciate the partnership a lot. I'm glad you're thrilled about us adding this. You know, we were really hesitant last year because, like lots of volunteer groups, we're still trying to kind of recover from COVID and getting our membership. A lot of them have real white hair like I do, and they don't bend as well as they used to. So we're in the process of kind of trying to, you know, revitalize our group, and so we appreciate this. I wanted to just introduce Michelle and Frank. They are the individuals that take care of all of the volunteer group at the Azalea Park. So they are continually sending emails to Lori and keeping in touch with you guys so that you always know what's going on. And so they're kind of the heart and soul of this particular project. And Sally is one of our vice presidents. So I just wanted to let you know personally how much we appreciated that. I've only been in Brookings for about 2.5 years. And 10 years ago, my husband and I did the little tour down the Oregon coast to figure out where we were going to retire. 2 things hit me, and of course the climate in Brookings, but Azalea Park, because I'm an avid gardener. And I remember pulling into the parking lot where the kids' playground is, looking at my husband and saying, I wonder if they have a group that gardens here. Okay, so that was 10 years ago. I set eyes on Azalea Park. And the other thing was the Manly Art Center. So I think Brookings is a magic little gem that I've seen, just us coming back and forth, and I'm really glad to be a resident now, so thank you.
Thank you. And I know you guys are partnering with the library too to do an outreach to the kids.
Yes.
So I appreciate that, and teaching the younger generation. I don't have your skills, so I appreciate you teaching others and maybe sparking that interest in those kids. Maybe they'll be the future of volunteering in the club.
Michelle and Frank are also master gardeners, and so between our partnership with the master gardeners in Curry County and the library, we're hoping to do more and more outreach to the community besides just what we do at Azalea Park, educational and that sort of thing. So thank you for that, acknowledging that.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
You guys, your volunteer work and your abilities amaze someone like me who manages to de-life most plants. They either see me coming and wilt up, or it's something I do, I'm not sure which, but thankfully my wife has a green thumb, so I'm not allowed near the greenhouse. But thank you very much, and thank you for the introductions, all of you, in your work. It shows. The botanical garden, just real quick, sorry, but that used to be, you only been here 2 years, but it used to just be how do you call it, like an island, and on the one side was a way shack. And so I've grown up here, lived here forever, but it is so much nicer than it ever was. So you guys, yeah, amazing work.
Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on, and thank you, Tony, for that. To staff reports, public hearing, ordinances, just did that. Informational non-action items. And that is the June 2025 vouchers. And if there's no discussion with that, it's remarks from mayor, councilors, and city manager.
Nothing from me.
everyone remarked out?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Well, I'll say a little bit of bragging, I guess, but I had a long trip with the family, but the whole week, the first part, which was the first week, we were over in the National Shooting Sports Championship for 4-H, and my son was there for compound archery, and he did well. According to him, he didn't, but I think he did very well. But that aside, the whole event itself was really neat, and I really, having the opportunity to bring my son there and see him do well is great. And like I said, I'll take this time to brag a little bit, but also bigger than just him though, to see all these kids come together and just really do well in their gift. Whether it's shooting a bow and arrow or a black powder rifle or air rifles, they have all kinds of things that go on there. But and just seeing the dedication and what those kids can do, it really was like, as a city, I kept thinking about, as a city, I would love to be able to implant that in our kids in our community, to have that drive and just, because everyone has a gift. The hard part probably is finding it, especially as a kid, but, whatever we can do to help give the kids the motivation to, find their gift and then take it to that extreme to, in this case, we're at a national championship, to be able to just participate is amazing, let alone for some of those that did so well. So anyways, yeah, it was quite a time, and it really got me to thinking about, as an adult, helping our kids find their gift and helping them exceed or excel in that. So that, and then it was a great trip. I was able to see Mount Rushmore, which was neat. We went at I guess they only do it during the summer, but it was a nighttime event. And essentially, from May to October or something like that, they have a big seating area, and it faces the mount. And as the sun goes down, a park ranger does a little introduction, and then there's a movie that goes on. And then, like I said, you're facing the mountain, and then as that sort of comes to a culmination, they light up the faces, and by that time it's dark. And so that was pretty neat. I'm glad we actually got to see that. I think it added to just showing up and looking. It was an actual event. And then we saw Crazy Horse, which was pretty amazing. Huge, much bigger than Mount Rushmore. And then Deadwood, and then Yellowstone.
Wow.
And so.
How cool
awesome.
that your son from Brookings, Little Brookings, Oregon, competed at a national level. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought so. And thank you to everyone that helped him get there. He did a lot of fundraising. He did, and as their club, they did. The other part to that is that because when he won, he was ranked number 1 in the state. He was able to choose his coach to go with him.
Awesome.
So 2 from Brookings went to Nebraska. And then Oregon as a team placed, I believe, 8th overall.
That's great.
For compound archery. And it's pretty neat because when you show up to that event center, there's tour buses. And all these kids in matching attire get off with all this top-of-the-line equipment. And it's just like, holy smokes.
Intimidating.
Yeah, and then here comes Oregon with 5 people. So we had a full team for compound archery, which is 4. And then we had 1 lone guy for shotgun. Overall, there was 40 states that competed in compound archery. Yeah, and Oregon brought home 8th.
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, they did good for state.
Thank your son for his contribution.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyways, that was my brag moment, I guess. If no one else has anything to say, one last chance. All right, we'll adjourn for the night at 5:44.